Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Wrigley and I are going to show you today how to teach your dog to weave in between your legs. This makes for a really cute trick, and for Wrigley's purposes, we use it as a stretching exercise for her back muscles. So the first concept that you're going to want to teach is teaching your dog how to follow food in your hand. This seems like a really simple concept, but a lot of dogs do not know this concept at all. So what you want to do is treat right at their nose, start to move your hand forwards, and initially I would click and treat just when they follow an inch or two forwards. Then work your way up to what Wrigley and I are doing here. Now, what we're going to be building up to is following a moving target without any food in my hand. So if you go back and watch my nose touch video, you'll get the kind of basic concepts of this down. But the second piece right here, Wrigley's following my hand. Her nose touch cue is 3 fingers, and I don't have any food in that hand. The food comes afterwards for her following that target hand. This makes for an efficient way of teaching your dog new tricks, new concepts. Okay, so now that we have that down, I'm going to show you guys the initial steps of this. You'll kind of see me go through a progression here and kind of messing with some different things. So initially I am luring with food at my dog's nose, and I find it helpful when you're first teaching this to use almost kind of a 2-hand target and very quickly swap to 1 hand. So you guys can kind of see that transition there. Initially, I was using 2 hands to lure Wrigley through, treating her to the mouth each time, and I gradually am fading to just 1 hand through my legs, and then when she goes through my legs, I'm releasing the treat on the ground on the other side. Sometimes in the hand, it kind of depends on where she ends up, but if you treat on the ground like I'm doing right here, it'll kind of set your dog up for looking up and seeing your hand through your legs. So I find this a really helpful tip when you guys are actually working with this at home with your dogs. Okay, so now what I'm starting to do here is just lift that hand target up higher and higher. I'm eventually going to put this on a leg cue. You guys can actually see me bending my knee for each of these. So I'm eventually hoping to fade this hand signal that I want Wrigley to go through, kind of a hand target on the other side, fading that to just that leg cue. Me bending my knee is the cue for her to go through. Because I want the cue to ultimately be me bending my knee in the end, I'm going to start presenting that as a cue first, then drop my hand signal down, or my hand target down, but I'm going to fade this really quickly here. So ultimately I want the hand target out of it, so I'm going to present my knee here in a second and see if Wrigley can follow through without the hand target at all. And right there, perfect. If your dog struggles with that at home, all you're gonna do is drop that hand target back in for them, do several more training sessions working that up as a cue.
Nice job.
Okay, now I'm just starting to chain together multiple leg weaves at one time. So she comes over on one side, I'm going to wait and then present the cue for the other side again, then click and treat.
Oh, you got it. Come on. Up your piece.
At this point in the video, Wrigley's just exhausted. Prior to doing this, I had filmed 2 other videos with her, and she is just reaching her limit. She did a lot today, and this is something that you should take note of when you're doing your training sessions with your dogs, especially with something that stretches out their muscles like this or another physically interactive trick. Just take note. If you start to lose their focus a little bit, they're probably getting tired and they need a break. So try to end on a positive note if you can, but try to end early on before they get really tired. Other thing I want to note really quick, you can teach the same trick with stepping forwards. This is also something that Wrigley knows. I want the step to be the cue for her to move through. I'm going to use the target to help her initially. So I hope you guys have fun with this one. Happy training, and I'll see you guys soon.